is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and they're the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield Home Security System guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield Security System and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty, welcome aboard. And we told you we would be here at Toyota of Hollywood. Normally, the second Wednesday of every month, but because of the storm last week, we had to rearrange as I'm arranging Alarmo here and getting set. Sorry, we're a little late on the show. Oh, man, getting prepared, doing all kinds of stuff, dude. Getting all kinds of stuff prepared. By the way, I had a great conversation yesterday with John Phillips, the father of Jalen Phillips. And we are going to be broadcasting live when we're in Los Angeles from his brewery, actually. So we're going to be having some fun out there. Sean and I will be broadcasting from 2 to 6. So 2 to 5. So we'll be out there having some fun. That'll be the night because obviously we'll be hanging out with a bunch of Dolphin fans. I don't know, maybe Jalen Phillips shows up. Who knows? You never know. Then Sunday, we're at Sharky's. So that's going to be a lot of fun. This weekend, we're in Indianapolis for the Dolphins and the Colts. So we're traveling for the Dolphins and the Rams. And we're traveling now for the Dolphins and the Colts. So looking forward to that. And we're going to be at Tavern on South there at in Indianapolis. We're going to have some fun out there. And we can we'll be broadcasting our pre and post game shows also at the same time. So having a blast there. How about you? How you feeling? You're kind of focused there, huh? You're good? You're solid? Okay. All right. All right. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Had a good yesterday at the Big Cheese. Thanks to everybody that joined us at the Big Cheese. A lot of you walked away with prizes and giveaways. So that is very good. Thank you all out there. Josh and Alexa, the president, showed up yesterday. That was awesome. That was awesome. So thank you all out there for showing up and helping out. I'm actually going to go to the Big Cheese right after because I owe somebody a shirt. So I told them that I would, because, some people, oh, no, I'll bring it to you the next time. And they're like, full of shit. And I'm like, no, I'll bring you one. And he's going to freak out when he sees that I pop in right away the next day with the shirt. Boom. He's not going to expect it at all. He won't be expecting it at all. So that's why we'll surprise him. And who knows? Maybe I'll take some Big Cheese home or something. You just never know. That could be a possibility. When you walk in there, it's hard to deny it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I'm feeling good. By the way, we will have a Crypto Bro show later. Okay. Later, we will talk. I know we are all right now enjoying it because Bitcoin hit 58,000. So we've got plenty of things to talk about. It's been popping between the 68 and it's 67.6 right now. So it's been popping between 67.5, 68, 68.1, 68.2. So, but I'll go full in crypto and everything on the Crypto Bro Show later. So that'll be its own show, like we've told you, and that'll go live, and you can tune in. We'll just keep it sports here at Toyota of Hollywood. So come on out here, by the way, at Toyota of Hollywood, and join us 1841 North State Road 7 here in Hollywood. Oscar Rojas, I see, is in Melbourne in the house. Jamie Zorrilla in San Jose. Steve Chapman says, let's go. Hope Snoop up to speed in time to beat the Colts. This is such a big game, man. If the Dolphins can go 3-3, it's just, it's like new life. You know? That's it. That's what we and I know the whole Tua thing and stay healthy, but hopefully the knucklehead learns and he stops trying to be a football player and just, be who you are, bro. An exceptional passer. Stay that way, and you'll be fine. Let's see. Ray Sosa in Panthers. I got to get into this. First of all, George Richards. I talked to George Richards on the way here, and George, thank you for the edumacation. Okay, because I needed that because I wanted to rant a little bit about the Panthers. You realize this is the Stanley Cup champion, right? Did you know that, Sean? Did you guys know that the Florida Panthers were the Stanley Cup? You knew that, right? Of course. So you make the Stanley Cup champion open up 4 of their first 5 games on the road. The Stanley Cup champion has played, by the way, I don't know if you know this. Did you realize this? Last night was their 4th game in 6 days. No, I have it right here. October 10th versus Ottawa. October 15th versus Columbus. 4 games in that span in 6 days. Now, George Richards, they added the Boston game. No, you can go. You're behind the camera. They added the Boston game to make it even more difficult for them. It's a marquee game. It's become a marquee game for the league. Boston, obviously, they want to get their revenge, or at least they try, against the Panthers and all of that. And, obviously, they've got a couple of guys injured that are like kind of important to the team too, It's amazing. Now, George told me that the bones of the schedule is already made before you even get to the Stanley Cup Finals. Did you know that? I didn't realize that. I can't say that I follow the NHL. Right. So I'm going to be honest when I tell you, hey, man, I don't know something. I didn't know that. I didn't know that the bones of the schedule were made before the Stanley Cup Finals, which makes no sense, by the way. But it's kind of a thing where you kind of know basically, and you start a lot of games. And again, George Richards, education is important in life. You go and seek that knowledge from people that know way more than you do about something. I'm not calling George Richards about Bitcoin, okay, or the Dolphins, but I'm going to call him about the Panthers, okay? And another thing that I did not know, a little fun fact out of this whole thing, I just mentioned that they threw in the Boston thing, right? Here's the other nugget. Panthers like a lot of road games early. Why? Why would you want so many road games early? Well, at the back end, you get them at home. But what also do you get at home on the back end? The education is the key part here. Attendance. It's no longer football season. It's over. So all of a sudden now you've got, you know how basketball gets more attention after football season. Hockey will get more attention now after football season. Hockey may start getting more attention than basketball locally, down the line if they continue at this path, because the Panthers have a bunch of studs, signed up. The Heat got a whole bunch of guys that they think they have some potential to get it done. So it's just funny, man. It's just really, 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 really funny. And it makes sense. And the sense is with an S with the two lines going through the S for the money sign. That makes sense. You want the attendance on the back end. You want all that because early on people are so focused on football, college football, all that in our town. So, okay, let's go on the road early. Let's get some games out of the way. Makes all the sense in the world. And you're missing studs, and you're 3-2. And some big wins, dude. Like, big wins. You're talking about excellent teams that you're beating right now without your studs. That's impressive. Well, you have other studs. Lundell is a stud. We just don't say it enough. You know what I mean? But he's a young stud. And obviously, Reinhardt came in big yesterday, too. It was huge, huge. They are 3-2. They have played 4 of their first 5 games on the road. They have just finished a stretch where they played 4 games in 6 nights. They're missing Kachuk. They're missing Barkov. Last night, Spencer Knight was your starting goalie, and you're 3-2. I think they're focused. It's impressive, dude. Impressive. And thank you, George, again. Appreciate that. Let's see what else. Ray Sosa, NorCal is in. He's waking and a bacon. Kyle Cockrell is in. Are you thinking 70K by the end of the day? By tomorrow, 70K for Bitcoin, I think. Yeah. By tomorrow, I'll say. Safely. By tomorrow. Let's see. Arizona Fanatic, Jake Sultan, Brooklyn Rob. Reinhardt is worth every dime. Oh, God, yes. But they're all worth it. All the guys are paying. They do get their bang for their buck. Okay, not every team can get their bang for their buck. The Heat don't get the bang for their buck. The Dolphins don't get the bang for their buck. Hell, even when the Marlins spend, they don't get the bang for their buck. Oh, man. But the Panthers, Bob wasn't bang for the buck for a while, and then it's paid off, finally. One-Eyed Jack is smashing it, and the like button, too. That's good. Luis Medina in the house. Let's see. Gus 1388. When are you guys flying out to Indy? Saturday. We are going to be at St. Elmo's at 9:45 p.m. is our reservation on Saturday night for St. Elmo's. A late night shrimp cocktail and steak, and I don't care. Okay? We've earned it. That's it. So, we work hard, we travel, we put together a show every day. Now we're putting together the crypto show. So, we're working, baby. We're working. Got the wrestling show. Jay Gelfin, thank you, sir, for coming by the Big Cheese yesterday. Appreciate you. Aaron Judge, yeah, he woke up yesterday. He's like batting like 167 or something like that. Stanton is like at 300. So it was nice to see him wake up yesterday. Maybe that gets him going, which I don't know if I'm not sure if Cleveland wants to see him get going, because that would not be good. They're down 2-0. Skylar Tipton, Josh, thank you for coming yesterday to the Big Cheese. Nyborg is in the house. George Grass, Dolphin, Christian, Walter Olivares. The show is over. The show is over. Thomas Nieto, I see my Big O getting those sponsorships coming in. Blessings, but that intro getting longer each day. The intro is just to kind of build up, the audience. And I was actually, talking with people in the building while Sean was getting it going. So that happens, and then I got to set up and stuff, so things happen like that. That's how it goes. So you hang in there and you discuss. Big O, what do you think of The Cure's new music? I have not heard it, actually. I need to go listen to it. I have not heard it. Looking forward to relaxing and listening to it. Maybe, you know what, on the plane on Saturday, I'll listen to a lot of The Cure. That's what I'll do. And Robert again. Got to go see him a couple more times because he already said that he'd like to play 5 more years. He's 65. He'd like to go to 70. I read that story here on the show. Let's see. Eric Scott loving his cats. Damn right. Joey is in the house. Sam the man. Orlando, he was talking about you after you left. Really nice guy. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I got to surprise him with a shirt tomorrow. I mean, in a few hours. Let's see. God's Child is shout out from Hawaii and North Carolina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Travis Fraley is in Atlanta. Thank you, sir, for tuning in. The Jesse in the house. Tom Stocko in Croatia. I'm loving it. Loving it, man. Yes, Oscar Rojas, we can give the Florida Panthers what they so richly deserve, a victory cigar. The Miami Heat defeated the Spurs in preseason action, 120-117. Give them a victory cigar. There you go. Those are the local victory cigars that we can hand out from yesterday. Nothing else. That's it. This Prius is nice right here, dude. They really took the Prius to another level at Toyota. Really. It's a sporty looking car now. It was boxy, kind of geeky looking before, you know what I'm saying? Very techie, because that's what it was. And that's what it is. And it's a phenomenon because, it's beautiful to have a car that can get like 55, 60 miles a gallon. It's awesome that what's that called? It's not electric, but it's a hybrid. That's it. It's an amazing hybrid, dude. What's that? How do you get out of the back door? Well, maybe not for you. I can get in there with no problem. Huh? The handle's in the top over there by the window. What are you, blind? Oh. We can get you to the Laser Eye Center in Miami if you want. I could hook you up with Dr. Lascano. You having issues there with the vision? This Lascano, look, I'm 58 and I can spot it right there. Okay? 2020, baby. All right. I can get you the Laser Eye Center in Miami if you want. All right. I'm just saying. You may need some vision, tune up there. By the way, Dr. Lascano, no, all bullshit aside, I know he pulled up the whole billboard and everything, but he's worked on my eyes twice. Um, my wife, she's gonna have a tune-up now because when you get it, you usually need like a tune-up 10, 12, 15 years down the line. And then my daughter, who she unfortunately had my wife's vision, the bad side. I didn't have bad vision until I got old. At 40, it started and then I got laser, and then they told me, okay, 10 years from now you're gonna need a tweak. And sure enough, dude, when I hit about 50, 51, the vision started again getting bad with the small print, and again I got tweaked, and now I can spot anything anywhere now. It's a beautiful thing. And my mother-in-law also has gone to the Laser Eye Center of Miami. I was talking to somebody yesterday about a sponsorship about something, and I tried something that I didn't like, and so I couldn't represent it. I said, no, well, maybe we could do something else, and if I do like it, then I can represent it, because I have this thing that if I don't use it, I won't represent it. If I don't believe in it, then I'm not going to tell you to use it. You know what I'm saying? What's up? So, that's kind of the way it goes. That's kind of the way I've always carried myself. Salespeople used to hate that in radio. God, they hated that. They would come in. I early on in my career, this was maybe my 4th, 5th year in radio, and so I started to get sponsorships, and so a sales guy comes in and goes, "Hey, I sold you this," and he gives me the script, and I looked at him and I said, "You sold me this," and I go, I don't even know what the product is. I don't even know who the sponsor is. I didn't even meet them. I don't even know if I like the product. He goes, "It doesn't matter. You're going to make money." I go, "No, it does matter to me, dude. So I'm not doing any commercials until I actually meet and try and see." And because the first couple sponsors that I got were people that actually like reached out to the station, specifically wanted to go on our show, and then I went and met with them. And so that's how everything ended up closing. And so for me, I was like, well, I'm going to deal this way. And immediately I had the sales manager after my shift and the PD send me into a meeting and tell me, "Hey, when we sell something for you," and I said, "No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes, because that's my word. And then if something fails, and because you gave me a shit sponsor just because I'm making money off of it, and then is the customer ever my listener, are they going to believe me the next time I tell them about something else? No, they're not. So when I tell you about the Big Cheese, you can bet your ass, bro, it's going to be a great restaurant. If I tell you about Sports Grill, or if I talk about Toyota of Hollywood, or if I talk about, Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines, I know these are outstanding dealerships. I know the Laser Eye Center in Miami is fantastic because my mother-in-law, my daughter, my wife, and me. And they've all worked on our eyes. And by the way, my wife has a different issue than me and my daughter, and my mother-in-law has a way different issue than all of us. So they work on all kinds of issues. And all of us brother, we can see everything now. It's fantastic. So that's how I live my life. You know what I mean? So any sponsor that I have, it does not matter. Welton Rayom has done a case for me. I watched it in person that they fucking kicked Progressive's ass. So now they've had over 20 of our listeners over the last couple of years. And not one of them has ever complained. Why? Because Welton Rayom is fantastic. You go to Caneswear. R&M Contractors now that is on board. Ray with us has been with us for a while now. Big time supporter of the show. Now big time sponsor of the show. Go look at the quality work that they do. Cutter's Edge Pro. Look at the quality. That's the way I do things. If you're going to be a sponsor, I got to first check you out. I got to first try it. I got to first believe in it. And then I'll tell you, hey, Check this out. I believe in it. Nature Beat helps me fight off, whatever it is that I've back up. It's because I believe in it. So when I tell you Laser Eye Center Miami, 305-443-4733, I tell you because I trust Dr. Lascano with my entire family's eyes. That's it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Anyway, let's see what else. Chuck Shannon is bonding or using bonding or into bonding. I'm not exactly sure, but there's bonding involved. George Grass, Brett Dodger, Frankie Fresco. You know who is not impressive? The U.S. soccer team losing to Mexico. Frankie, what's a broken record? The U.S. soccer team. Greg Souza. Alex Palenzuela. I got one redirected my extra money to the Panthers season tickets. Nice. There you go. J Slim Star Atlas. I'm going to see you at the brewery. Nice, J Slim. Nice. Power to the people. Let's see what else. Big O markets all advancing nicely. Well, I'll get more into it in the Crypto Bro Show, but there's been a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. I'm talking about billions, trillions sitting on the sidelines in stable coins, in banks. Investors are waiting for the window to come in. Now that governments are all cutting rates, they're all infusing their own economies. That's when investors, because they have to do this, if they don't put their money to work and you have your money sitting in your bank, what's it doing? Dying, losing value. You lose buying power every day. Why do I tell you don't have a savings account? Because it goes like this. Your $100 this month is $98.70 next month. 6 months from now, your $100 is $94. A year later, your $100 is $83. So it's dying in your bank. So now you got to put it into Bitcoin because it only goes in one direction. It's not the daily, the weekly, the monthly, just the yearly. Just hold it over time and it only goes one way. Or they put it in a gold, or they put it in a silver, or they're putting in whatever it is, NVIDIA, they're going to put their money to work so they can multiply their money and grow their wealth, because that's what those people do. So that's what's going on right now. Governments are all infusing by cutting rates, infusing their economies. Now investors will do the same thing. And that's why you're seeing markets all grow everywhere. Let's see, Lenny Pena, good afternoon. And let's see what happens this Sunday. It's probably the most important game so far this season. Yes, it is. It's very pivotal. You got to go to 3-3 because you go to 2-4, it just puts your team in an absolute brutal position. 3-3, it's a look at the league, you're right in the middle of it. It's beautiful. Breaking Benjamin dropped a new single today. Hype for some new music from them. I'm going to check it out. I like them. They have grown on me. I didn't know much about Breaking Benjamin. I want to say maybe 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago. I didn't know a lot about him. I forgot when it was, and then I saw him live, and because I knew about him, and then I saw him live, and I was like, whoa, these guys are impressive. So really, really good. Let's see. I'm confident I'm winning the contest. I did dad math on it. Well, he's talking about the ums and ahs from Mike McDaniel that Sean Stanley is tallying. Because those of you that entered the contest last week, up until Sunday of midnight this past week, and you got an opportunity to send in the total ums and ahs. Not the stutters, no, ums and ahs. And so he's going to count all the total ums and ahs between Monday's press conference through Sunday's post-game show. The total will be then put out there by Sean Stanley. And remember, it's the ones that are on the Miami Dolphins YouTube page. Because if you catch it live at the beginnings, they slice out the beginning sometimes, or most of the time, right? All the time. They slice up the beginning, that silliness that, they're just setting the mics and they're setting the recorders and all that kind of stuff. And there's some back and forth with the coach and the media members. So they usually cut that out. And, there's probably going to be 15 of those right there in that 1 minute. So that we're all going by what Dolphins YouTube page. Okay. Those are the ones he's going to count from Monday through Sunday. You cannot get in anymore. So don't even bother. If your email came in after midnight, it won't even be counted on Sunday. Okay. It had to come in before midnight. Like I said, all week before midnight, you got to get in, and that's it. And by the way, I'm going to do all contests like this from now on. We're not going to put it on social media anymore. It's only going to be for the hardcore listeners that actually listen to the show. Not even the ones that are just listen to segments, because I know that there's a whole bunch of people that I'm just going to listen to the Manny, Ira, Verona segment or whatever, and they don't really listen to the show. So I'm going to reward the people that listen to the show. So those are the only people that got in. So you end up, you're fine. Don't worry. You got better chances. People keep worrying about running into the camera, or they think they're in the shot. You want to back it up a little bit more? You want to back it up a little bit more? Or is that good? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Ray Sosa's in. Travis Fraley. Will Drew get the Finns Riddick? No. This is all a silliness because you saw, let's cut this out. Okay. Let's bring Dolphin fans back to some Dolphin fans back to reality. You saw the Bills and the Jets make a move. They desperately had to make a move, right? Because the Bills aren't nearly as good as you thought they were. They're just great against the Dolphins. Their secondary is kind of questionable as it is. But they needed to get a receiver. They got a receiver, and so did the Jets. And now they're trying to trade Mike Williams, okay? Which, good luck with that. But the bottom line is, okay, you're adding a 31-year-old wide receiver to your team. I don't even know if your 40-year-old quarterback can make it. They are just going deeper into the abyss. But now, because they made 2 trades, the Dolphins now have to make a trade. How are the Dolphins going to answer? And why do the Dolphins have to? The Dolphins have to fix their own house, dude. Adding another player does nothing for this team right now. If your coach can't coach, it doesn't matter, dude. You know, I can put you on full of women, but if it don't work, you're just watching and you can't do anything about it. And they know you can't do anything about it because you're out of order. Doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? So you can add another beautiful woman on the island. It doesn't matter because he doesn't know how to handle all the beautiful women. And you've got plenty right now. You've got more than enough to have 1 or 2 more wins on the season. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. But it's just this short-sighted approach that you want to give up more draft capital? No, dude, no. Right now, what needs to happen is what's there needs to prove that it can get it done. Throwing more logs into the fire is not the way you resolve this. So getting another linebacker or a lineman or what? No, dude, no. You have enough to win games. What you have to do is coach them up a lot better. Are you a Super Bowl contender right now? No. But you have enough that you should have won at least one or two more games. And the fact that you haven't, that means you have underachieved with what you have. So I give you more so you can underachieve? No. I'm not doing that because all of you thought it was all Tyreek. So many of you thought it was all Mike McDaniel. And it was never Tua Tagovailoa. And now, where's Tyreek? He doesn't do shit without Tua. You know what I mean? He doesn't do shit without Mahomes. Do shit without him. So, this whole situation needs to be worked out. The people that are there need to get it done. And right now, the last thing you want to do is give away more draft picks. It reminds me of that moment when the Dolphins made a trade and they traded a third-round pick to the Rams for that running back the Wanstead got. I forgot back in the day. And it was like, for what, dude? Now you lost a draft pick for nothing. Forgot the guy's name now. But it tells you how much it meant that I even forgot the guy's name at the moment that I'm brain farting. But it was just stupid stuff. And you're just doing something to do something. And go get Reddick. Why? An older linebacker that is bitter and now wants to make money. And now you've got to pay draft pick and money. And he wants to make up for the $5 million he's already missed. No thanks. No thanks. So find a way to make Chop better. Find a way to get Kamara on the field. That's all. That's your job, Weaver. McDaniel, find a way to use. I saw you guys run against the Patriots. How about trying this week to do the same thing? How about trying to develop a running game? Maybe we can find out that your guys can block some. But if you don't stick to it or actually commit to it, then how is anybody ever going to prove or show that they can do it? Lamar Gordon, that's the guy. Third-round pick. Oh, we need a running back. It's not the people you want to give another draft pick, and yeah. Let's see. Big O, the only way to real wealth is to let your money work for you long-term, as we both know. Exactly. And that's what these people are doing. And that's the plan that even if all of us or most of us or some of us have less money than they do, whatever you have, use whatever you can to try to work to your benefit. And that's what I'm trying to do. You can do the same thing. Pat in Nashville says, damn, I figured out why the play calls are always late. It's the ums and ahs. Exactly. Let's run 47 right, 8 across, 93 on 8. Yes.
No, I was going to say that one game, I think it was Romo was calling. He said that they give them a first 15-word phrase. Could you imagine McDaniel doing a 15-word phrase, calling in the play with the ums and ahs at the same time? And now the quarterback's got to relay that.
Shows you how smart Tua is. Shows you how smart Tua is that he has to work with that guy. I hope you want to pick on Tua for his durability. I'm the first guy to tell you that was going to be his issue when they drafted him. I say, hey, he can play. Now durability is going to be an issue, and it's been an issue. You know what I'm saying? But he can play. Let's see. Add a player that will make an impact when it counts the most. I'm tired of that. You have enough already. You have enough. You need to win with what you have now. Stephen Harris, good afternoon. Marco, thank you, sir, for the Lamar Gordon. The only trade that maybe sounds realistic is Crosby, but more likely, You have to give up too much. We have moved to illegal motion lately, but delay of game is waiting to return. Let's see. We don't need to get anyone. We have everyone we need. We got back Mostert. Yep. We just got to get better coaching, man. That's all. And Arizona thinks same as I do that they shouldn't make one, but if they do, should be the O line. Okay, a guard. I can see that. Dougie Fresh says, I've been out of the country working and haven't seen you in a bit. Only in a long-time listener like me can you say that our Culture Club shirt's skinny. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'll wear it tomorrow. I am Culture Club skinny. Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. I'll wear it tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, not for nothing. I'm looking at the screen. I kind of look skinny. I'm not skinny. I'm still fat, dude. I still got to. Does it look it? This is an extra large, bro. So it's I'm happy that I've kept it off. I'm happy, really happy that I've been able to keep it off. I've figured out a way to still cheat. But as I've told you before, I stole the Pat Riley line. Like in your sittings, you eat less is what you do instead, and then find snacks like on the plane on the way back from Seattle. Those almonds that I found I bought them in Amazon. And that's like a great snack. It's got like blueberries and all kinds of stuff with the almonds. It's like really good, man. Really, really good. And so I use that as a snack. I try, man. It's hard. My whole problem, I've lost weight several times. As I've told you, my entire issue, like a lot of you, I'm sure, is keeping it off. I never keep it off. And that's my problem. And right now I've done the job of keeping it off that, what I've lost, and maybe lost a couple extra pounds too along the way. And so I've fasted a little bit, but I haven't gone all in again. I'll do it like a couple times during the week. I won't eat for 15 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours or something like that. But I haven't gone all the way out. You know what I mean? But I still need to lose another 30 pounds. Believe it or not. As you see me here, I still need to lose another 30 pounds. I'm at an extra large. I need to get down to a large. So, yeah. And I want to get down to a 34. Maybe 32. Right around there. That would be my ideal waist. 32 to 34. That would be, I did it once. I got down to 34. And that was cool. So that's the next one. I do that and I'll be all right. It'll less fat in my body. So that's what I got to do. Let's see. What do we have? And I will have the Culture Club shirt. I'm gonna look for it today and get it ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're at Hialeah Park. So it actually does get the shirt gets this because on studio days, sometimes you don't even get to see the concert shirt I have on or something like that. But on these kind of days, you get to see what I do have on. Almost like a coach version of Lumberg from Office Space. Brian Meadows says it's lit. And don't forget, please smash the hell out of the like button. We got 200 people watching and 96. So you guys can double us right away. God's Child says, Big O, work front office, man. Bring Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor with you. Frankie says, if the Dolphins have a losing season, do you see McDaniel making any coaching changes? If he's on the hot seat? Yeah, I would imagine Crossman would go, right, Frankie? And then I don't know how Weaver does, but I don't think you're going to get rid of Weaver after 1 year, but Crossman would be the guy, yeah. And Frankie, Crossman and McDaniel are your problem. I'm not even blaming Weaver right now. It's way too early. I got to give that man, he hasn't had everybody healthy. They didn't practice together. Jalen Phillips wasn't 100% when he took the field. He didn't have a full training camp. And he got injured. And then that entire secondary. Holland missed time. Ramsey missed a bunch of time. Fuller missed a bunch of time. They didn't play together. And they started to play together when the season started. It's been a mess in that sense. Your linebackers, they've actually been on the field, but your big guys, well, Jalen was coming back from an injury. Now he's gone for the year, and you still haven't gotten Chubb back. And I hope they don't hurry him up. It's hard to judge Weaver, man. I've got to be fair to the man. I've got to give him some time. But my real problem is more with McDaniel. You don't win challenges. You don't get plays in on time. Your team is undisciplined. There's a lot of things that I have to look at the coach and say, come on, coach, let's go. You got to fix things. And then on Danny Crossman's side, I don't even know how he's still employed. They should have made a special teams change 2 years ago, but whatever. That one I don't understand. So, since if you're talking about coaching changes, they're not going to fire McDaniel. They just gave him an extension. Okay, let's use common sense. Tua just got an extension. Ramsey got money. Waddle got the money. Tyreek got the money. And McDaniel got money. That tells me that Chris Greer also got extended. So they're not going to blow this up at the end of the year after paying everybody. And you can't bring people in to inherit all of this. And a general manager has to, you fire the general manager, you bring a new one in, he has to inherit all of this, and it's a mess for a couple of years. So then he can't be judged. I know what's going to happen here. If McDaniel doesn't turn this around, he puts all the pressure on the front office and on him. And then they go into the offseason with the whole coaches on the hot seat. He's got to fix the thing. And if McDaniel doesn't fix it, the following season, everybody gets blown up. So this is what's going to happen. There might be tweaks in the offseason, but they're not firing anybody. They have committed. So they've got to find a way to make this work. So prepare yourself. That's what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. What else do we have? Smash the like, you fools, says Chris Duquette. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Please smash the hell out of. After I mentioned it, 4 smashes. Another 100 people are saying, screw you, Eric Simon, congrats on the weight loss. Oh, I've been right there with you. Lost 30 pounds, need 30 more. There you go. Good for you, man. Good for you. Let's see. Big O, not trying to be funny, but McDaniel talks like Beavis and Butthead. Yeah. No, it's true. He sounds like a stoner. I know. It's a shame because he's a fantastic human being. He just is. You can tell. And he's got a great mind for the game. There's no doubt. He just is very unorganized. By the way, lots of geniuses are. And you put him in a position where he needs to be so detailed and so organized. He might not be good at that. He might look great dressing up because maybe it's his wife that does it for him. Maybe he's not organized to go out enough and figure out the outfits. You ever thought of that? You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of the catch-22 with it. Okay, you're getting a fantastic human being. Yeah, you're getting a guy that knows the game, but it's not just about knowing the game. It's about being able to put the puzzle together. And the puzzle constantly is going to get shaken up, and you've got to adjust on the fly. And he's done a very poor job of that. He can't adjust on the fly. He doesn't counter quick enough. He's for an intelligent person, he's very slow at reacting. And it's kind of tough. And this is why they took a chance in putting somebody in a position of power where you have to be incredibly detailed, proven that at any level. He's only been an assistant that provides a certain point of information for the ultimate decision maker, who is getting information from him and other sources, and then that person puts all together and says, this is how we're going to go, because now I have all the information. McDaniel has never been put in that position in high school. He was never in that position in college. He was never in that position in the NFL. He was never in the position of an offensive coordinator in the NFL, in college, in high school. So you never were in the ultimate position at the top or at the second. So it's you skip and you get put there, and you get put there at the highest level with the smartest people in the world. That's like putting me in a table with a ton of economists, and I'm going to start like adding my 2 cents on, yeah, no, you're right, we should do this. And who the hell am I? You know? It just doesn't jive. It's weird, man. Let's see. Big O, I would rather the Finns tank and just draft a good QB and some linemen to help out. Too many injuries, and this team is mediocre at best. I'll give another year to try. After that, he's gone. Well, if they tank, then there's no reason to keep him, because he doesn't know quarterbacks. As much as he can talk about it, you told me everything you know about it with Skylar Thompson. So I can't take your word anymore, Mike McDaniel. Now, Mike has lost all credibility with me now. I know he knows how to play design, but he doesn't know how to organize. He doesn't know how to coach, and he can't really tell me who is the right quarterback, because he was hanging around Skylar for 2+ years and didn't see it. And that's scary. That's really scary, dude. Tua was already here. And now you realize he didn't make Tua. Tua made him. Because the only thing McDaniel did was instill confidence in Tua. That's it. He didn't teach him how to pass and be the player he is. That's Tua. He's going to do that no matter what. Christian says McDaniel's going to bring his boy Salah to run the D next year. Yeah, again, I'm not ready to give up on Weaver. That's not fair, bro. I don't know why Crossman is still here, Josh. None of us know that. Let's see. Sean, why are my comments being erased? I'm just making a legit simple answer, nothing out of line. I don't know. Nobody's erasing any comments, bro. Oscar. Sean is sitting back. He's not erasing anything, bro. Did he put, or why do they take you out if you put curse words or something? Oh, it does? Oh, maybe there are words that are put there that they get censored, dude. I have no idea. I have no idea. But nobody touched that. When we block you or whatever, Oscar, we tell you. You know what I mean? And you've never had an issue here. So I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. So oh, you don't have Oscar Rojas on the chat? I have it here. Yeah. Okay. Well, I definitely have them. By the way, Bitcoin's at 67,710. All right, let's get to our 3A graphics, sports calendar, and the phenomenal Alan Blanco custom printing and embroidery. They're in Hialeah. But hey, listen, anywhere in the country, if your company needs it, you do all that by Zoom and email and all that. So call Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Whatever you need, uniforms, shirts, hats, you name it, they do it all. 786-618-1443. Use our amazing sponsors that support our great platform. Heat defeated the Spurs. Preseason action, 120-117. They improved to 2-1 tonight. They take on the Hawks at 7:30. Panthers on the ice, another win. They're 2-0 on the road. 4-3 win against Columbus. Florida's 3-2 on the season. Lundell and Reinhardt both had goals. Reinhardt had 2 assists. Lundell had an assist. Kulikov and Listerine also had goals. Spencer Knight, it's pretty cool, dude. 23-year-old had 35 saves yesterday. So the boys will take on Vancouver tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Yankees in baseball defeated the Indians. The Guardians 6-3. Yankees lead the series 2-0. Judge, by the way, finally hit a home run. Tonight, 8:08, series is tied. Dodgers and the Mutts. Walker Buehler and Luis Severino, former Yankee, now a Mutt. Luis Severino. That's what happens, right? When you mix different races, you become a Mutt, right? So Severino was a Yankee. Now he crosses over to the Mets. He becomes a Mutt. Wait, wasn't even Severino also in Seattle or just the Yankees? Can you look that up? Maybe even adds. No, maybe I think it was just the Yankees and then the Mets. But either way, he has now become a Mutt. And perfectly, he's playing for the Mutts. 8:08 first pitch. That series is tied at 1. Tomorrow night, Thursday night football, 8:15, Broncos and Saints. Broncos favored by 2.5. Last night, Argentina crushes Bolivia 6-0. Messi with a hat trick and assists. He now has 112 international goals in his career, and this was his 10th hat trick, tying him with Cristiano Ronaldo. Sunday, Sean and I will be live at Tavern on South in Indianapolis with our game show at 11 a.m. Dolphins kick it off at 1 p.m. against the Colts. Colts favored by 3. Over and under is 44. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Big O, one old video clip highlight what Shula had that McD does not. Watch the interview after Shula after Super Bowl 7 and how he adjusted during the game to neutralize Carl Eller and the Vikings defense. Yeah, I mean, Shula is, it's not even close, dude. I watched Shula. It's not even close. Shula can make Jim Jensen a player, yet Mike McDaniel can't find a way to use Gesicki and Jonnu Smith. I can't help the guy. It's really frustrating. You know? Hell, Shula would stick to the run, and it constantly never worked. Not on the back end, I'm sorry, but not the front end of his career. But the back end, when it wasn't working, he would still stick to the run. And he would get asked all the time in press conferences, Coach, you didn't have a lot of success with the run, but you still ran 25 times. Why? Well, you got to keep him honest. You got to, whatever. And he was going to have some type of balance. It may not work because you didn't have the best backs. You didn't have a great offensive line on the back end, but he would still do it, and it would frustrate us as Dolphin fans. But he did it because it was the right thing to do at that time. You had to sell it, or if not, and you just sold complete pass, then they were just going to tee off and go after Marino the entire time. And he was not going to have that. And that's intelligence. That's taking care of your football player, even if your football player is driving you crazy that he wants to pass. And I'm sure he changes some of those plays because Marino would change the plays. And he changed running plays into passing plays all the time. But yet, Shula still ran the ball. And he did it because for the overall picture, it was for the betterment of the team. It was to protect Marino. It was to help Marino. You know what I mean? No matter what. And there has to be an ultimate say. And I don't know if that exists with McDaniel. When players can, you know what it is that Tyreek and Waddle can just pull themselves off the field? Are you out of your mind? What? Dude, we're paying you $60 million. You both need to be out there all the goddamn time. And if you're tired, well, you need to run more in the offseason. I mean, give me a break, dude. Come on. That's ridiculous. Walking through the park and reminiscing. Got a little LRB in the background. Bum, bum, bum. I think Weaver has done a pretty decent job too, Lenny. I agree with you. Thinking about starting a hockey podcast, though. Any pointers? Do what your passion drives you to do, because it'll come through on the mic. When you listen to this jerk here do wrestling, he kicks ass in it. He sounds great in it. Why? Because he's super happy, loves it, knows it inside and out. So, if you do that, that's one. And the other is consistency. Stay at it. And be true to yourself, too, on top of all of that. That'll come through also, and people will connect with you that way. That would be my basic pointers. Hard to believe Marino never had a running. Yeah. It's just kind of one of those things. Unfortunately, Shula, the general manager, hurt Shula, the head coach. That was our line. And it was 100% accurate. And reminiscing, as we're reminiscing with Shula. It's kind of what we're doing. Colts favored by 3 now. How about that? Interesting. Monday, the Colts were favored by 4. Now we're approaching Wednesday here. And now Colts are favored by 3. I took already the points. I took the 4 points. Oh. Yeah, it might be the Flacco effect. Yeah. No, it's the Flacco. No, sir. You are 1,000% right. When you're right, bro. It's the Flacco effect. And, that leads me to a point. The Dolphins this week got a huge break. Oh, my God, they got a huge break. Anthony Richardson isn't a quarterback. He's an athlete with the ball in his hands. He's an injury-prone athlete with a ball in his hands. I have zero fear in Anthony Richardson. Is he going to be like all the other athletes? I don't even know. Yeah, a couple times a year they're going to come in, they're going to be on target, and they're going to hit a couple passes because they're athletes and they can get hot. But can they be consistent? No, they got to run in order to be, effective. I.e. Josh Allen, i.e. Lamar Jackson, as we've talked about over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, yeah, if Jonathan Taylor plays this week, if they can get the running game going and Richardson can also run, then, yeah, that could be a little scary because all he has to do is hit a couple of passes and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're able to shut the run down and force Anthony Richardson to beat you from the pocket, just like Lamar Jackson, stop the run. If you stop Derrick Henry and the boys, just stop them from Lamar in the pocket, you'll win the game. That's all. Why? Because they can't pass. A couple times a year, they'll get hot. But more often than not, they're going to fail from that position. And Anthony Richardson is way worse than Lamar Jackson. Okay? And Lamar Jackson's worse than Josh Allen. So Anthony Richardson's like 4 notches down below those guys. This is a huge break for Miami. Awesome break. Okay? Your secondary should be getting better because guys should be getting healthier and more acclimated with each other. Poyer, I think, is the only one, right? I think he's dealing with something. That's about it. But the rest of the guys should be getting more in a groove, overall. Yeah, it's the hand. He's to the club. Oh, that's right. Holland does have the hand. Yeah, wrapping up. That's true. The Holland hand thing, the club. He's in the club. Yeah, but practice.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if during the game now he wraps it up more. He just had like a glove-looking thing that had padding and things like that.
Right, because you're not wrapping up in practice either. You're just gonna hit and like, okay, I got to you, and that's it. And then you're not gonna wrap with the hand. But there is no doubt he'll go 50 Cent on Sunday and he'll be in the club. Okay, there's no doubt. No doubt. So actually that does hurt, but it's still, I'm not afraid of him passing. So I'm not that worried. Just stop the run. Don't let them get off and you'll be fine. It's a huge break. Anthony Richardson ain't shit right now. He's nothing but an athletic freak. That's it. Yeah, he can throw it 100 yards. Yeah, he can run. But he's not a quarterback. He's not accurate. Yeah.
Actually, he's an injured athletic freak.
Right. He's an injury-prone athletic freak. Yes, because he is a freak. Ooh, he's a freak. Let's see. Putting your head coach hat. How can we exploit the Colts defense, blitz the QB? Well, I don't know if you want to necessarily blitz him. Maybe on down in distance when it's long, but we definitely to force him into a mistake. But on short yardage stuff, I think you want to just keep him in the pocket and force him into mistakes. What you got to do is focus on the run. If Taylor plays or not, you've got to make sure you stop the run. Just make sure you stop the run. What you don't allow these athletic quarterbacks is to add the run game to their repertoire. Once you do that, they become incredibly dangerous. But if you limit the running game from them and force them to become consistent passers, that's where you get a chance to take advantage. And that's what I want to make Anthony Richardson. I want to make him a consistent passer because I don't think he can be one. But if you allow
Anthony to run and the running backs to run, and then Anthony only has to complete a few passes. That's it. And that's what Lamar does. When Lamar doesn't have to sit, because he can't sit back there and make a living from the pocket. That's not his game. Josh Allen can't sit back there and make a living from the pocket. That's not his game. They've got to run. So that element must be eliminated for those kind of guys. So you got to be careful. Not too much blitzing. That's got to be something that's done in specific situations to rattle the kid and get to him and force him into a mistake. But in short yardage, if you blow an assignment and a hole is open and Richardson exploits it, he's gone for 20, 30 yards easily. Kid runs like a deer, bro. He is a freak. Well, I don't think he'll ever be a finely tuned quarterback. He's a scary, scary athlete. You know, and don't play to his strengths. Force him into his weaknesses. That's my opinion, of course. Not sure if you heard, but Alex Van told the Rolling Stones, Alex Van Halen told the Rolling Stones that a Van Halen reunion is canceled after David Lee Roth refused to pay tribute to the late Eddie Van Halen. At this point, I don't want any Van Halen reunions anymore. I don't really care about a Van Halen reunion anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with it. I saw Van Hager. I saw Van Halen many times. I'm good. I don't need to see the leftovers at this point. Nobody's Eddie. You're not going to be Eddie. You're not going to play Eddie. I am not going to get anything out of seeing you think you're Eddie or, you know. So if you want to go get whoever to play that role, it's not going to do anything for me. You know, it's just not. And David Lee Roth hasn't been able to sing in 15, 20 years. His sound is gone. He never was able to sing. His sound is gone. Because there are certain singers that are not real singers. They've got a sound to them. Bob Dylan is not a singer. He has a sound. You know what I'm saying? David Lee Roth was not a singer. He had a sound to him. You know, Bono is a singer. That's a singer. You know, Adele, that's a singer. That's, you know, that now we're talking. Patrick Moynihan from Train, that's a singer. Some of these people aren't necessarily singers. They have a sound, and David Lee Roth lost his sound years ago. Years ago. Van Halen is dead. Go to YouTube, watch all of that. That's where you can relive the real shit. Just put it on a big ass screen, crank it up, and think that you're there at that moment. You know, I do that practically every weekend. I'll on a late Friday, Saturday night, if I don't really have to get up early, I'll look for a concert. I'll look for any specific band on YouTube, and I'll go look for a live concert, and I'll sit there and I'll watch the concert, and it's fantastic, and I love it. You know, and they're doing a lot of this now that they're cleaning it up, and they're getting old concerts and 4King them and all. It's really freaking cool, dude. When you can see Jimi Hendrix in Hawaii in 4K, you know, you're like, holy shit, you know, that's like, wow. And it's like, okay, you got that video and you cleaned it up, and wow, this is awesome. You know, that things like that, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So that's what I would do. Go find some concerts, and you'll find, the one in Oakland that's really popular from the Fair Warning Tour. It's all over. That one's cleaned up. It's nice. Go to the US Festival. Now, they've cleaned up all the US Festival concerts, things like that. Go enjoy the better days of Van Halen, the real days. Don't try to recapture what can never be recaptured again. Can't even come close. Once you lost Eddie, you lost it all, man. You lost it all. It's over. It's over. Let's see. Big O, I'm not too worried about the Colts nor their QB, but I'm worried about their mascot air humping every time opponent scores. It's a cool mascot. I got to say. It's a cool mascot. But I am worried because we have Mike McDaniel. So I'm not sure he learned about the running game yet until I watch it against the Colts. And when I see him run again, then I'm going to get like, oh, wow, okay, I'm going to get excited here. You know, and hopefully when Tua comes back, there's more of that. I'm going to get excited. Because, and if they can have success doing it, I'm going to get really excited. Smash the hell out of the like button, please. Okay? Big O, my friend does Bob Dylan karaoke. Ask him why. He said, Dylan can't sing. I can't sing. It's perfect. Exactly. Everybody can do the Rolling Stone. Yeah, man. Everybody has a little version of Bob Dylan. Once you hear him, you can kind of do a little Bob Dylan because he can't sing. It's a sound. That's all. Certain singers are like that. They don't really have a great voice or anything. It's just kind of a sound. Vince Neil is way over. Yeah, oh God, he's been gone for a long time. Bon Jovi concert nowadays. Oh God, no, don't go to Bon Jovi concerts. He can't sing anymore. Sing in a long time. And worst case, the worst thing also about Bon Jovi, not only that he can't sing, okay, the idiot doesn't play his old songs. You'll go see and they'll sing 18, 20 songs and 6 of them might be old. And it's like the good music. He leaves out the stuff that made him Bon Jovi. He plays a lot of the stuff from his last few albums that are nothing. They're garbage compared to, Fahrenheit, New Jersey, what's it called? Slippery When Wet, the debut album, all those albums that were phenomenal albums for him. He just doesn't play enough music from those albums. I mean, he could play 60, 70% of his debut album and I'd be incredibly happy. You'll never hear Shot Through the Heart or anything like that. It's terrible, dude. Plus, he can't sing anymore, which is sad. Same here. I crank up my sound bar and my surround sounds and it feels like I'm in a concert. Yeah, man. There's a lot of great concerts on YouTube. So many great concerts. And of any band. You want to see Imagine Dragons or Muse or Adele or whatever it is, modern, you can see it. You can see stuff from the 80s and the 90s, stuff in the 60s and the 70s. It's awesome. Like, I don't know, it was like 9 months ago. I was it was a weekend night and I was watching a Paul McCartney and Wings concert that was cleaned up and it was freaking phenomenal, dude. Loved it. Had it cranked up. 1 a.m, I'm cranked up and watching a Paul McCartney and Wings concert on YouTube. It's awesome. Awesome. And you'll see stuff that whatever it is that you're into, I don't care. You'll find something live and keep looking. You'll find all kinds of versions and then you'll get some cleaned up versions and you'll get the 4K versions now. And people are digitally enhancing the concerts, and it's so freaking cool, especially classic concerts when they clean those things up. 67,823 for Bitcoin. Not bad. Not bad. A little John Cougar, a little Authority song in the background. By the way, remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, Cash App or Venmo, or use those QR codes right that are there. Jerry Jones. We talked a little bit about it, and I wanted to enhance a little bit because thanks to you all, and Sean and I are blessed to be able to do this every single day and do it our way. By the way, we don't have to go by anybody else. We don't have to answer by anybody else. And I always laugh when and Sean has seen it several times, and sometimes new people will come onto the chat board and they'll say, "Oh, I miss you at QAM," or "I miss you on Mad Dog," and all that, right? And a little less on Mad Dog than on QAM, but still there was a little bit of that on Mad Dog. But Jerry Jones, when was questioned about some of the things that have gone on with the team, which could easily be questioned, he went off on the radio host. He said, "Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something," Jerry retorted. "That's not your job. I'll get somebody else to ask these questions." "I'm not kidding," he added. And this is why I needed to get out of the business that I was in for, a couple decades, 3 decades. Okay, nearly 3 decades, because this is going to be 5 years. We're on 4.5 now. No, we're on over 4.5 years now, and we're headed to 5 years now. And it's weird. I was just talking with Herbie about this. I said, remember 5 years ago, because he and I were talking about crypto, and he goes, "Man, it's weird that a guy your age is into crypto," because Herbie's much younger than I am. And I said, "Yeah, a lot of people my age, near 60, aren't going to be into crypto." You know what I mean? But I go to him, "Hey, 5 years ago, when I came to you about a podcast on YouTube, you looked at me like, the RCA dog." So, it's, and now we're here, and so now it's normal, and so I always laugh when people tell me, "Oh, I miss you." And I don't miss being there. Why? Because of the politics. This is why media is what it is. They can't go all out because they're afraid they won't get an interview. They're afraid they won't cooperate. They're afraid that if the agent hears you ripping into a player, that he's not performing or he's not good enough, or writing about his arrest or whatever it is, then you're not going to get any information from that agent. And so then it skews your opinion. And you see it with all kinds of people, TV, radio, writers. It happens. And when you're part of, this station that this guy's on, because the Cowboys are part of it, right? So now, remember, I've told you the story when Whiteside left his semi-automatic rifle. He brought it out of a gun store. He's 7 foot. Walked to his car, put it in his car, and then walked back in. Which, if you have a semi-automatic rifle and you're in a gun store, just hold the gun until you leave. But he left, and by the way, it was unlocked, the car. He forgot to lock it. So somebody saw it, stole it, right? And the next day I was calling him a knucklehead. Okay? Because that's, when you eat a hot dog in the Panhandle of Florida off of Dairy Queen like I did, I call myself an idiot, a knucklehead many times, because I'm the guy that was throwing up for 4 days after that. But I'm the idiot that had a hot dog from Dairy Queen in the Panhandle of Florida because I just wanted a snack and I was hungry. Stupid me, right? But I will slam myself. I have no problem with that. And I laugh at myself all the time, and I call myself a big dummy for doing this, right? Well, then we all have to, we have to be able to take criticism. So I got the program director calling me in saying, do we have to call Whiteside a knucklehead? We do have a partnership with the Heat. I said to myself, I got to get out of this place. We got to get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we got to get out of this place. 'Cause girl, there's a better life on YouTube. Anyway. It's examples. We talked about it with Pat McAfee. When he went to, ESPN, I said, oh, man, he's going to have some issues. He's going to have some issues. And has he had issues? Oh, he's had all kinds of issues. I even told you, I even predicted AJ Hawk ain't smoking cigars on ESPN. And he still ain't smoking cigars on ESPN. He smokes it on the other one, right? On the replay. Right. That's not on ESPN. Yeah, the extra stuff that they do. It just kind of, I know what the bullshit is, but hey, God bless him. He's making a ton of cash. Good for him, dude. You want to, make a ton of cash and play the game, go ahead, whatever. That's cool. At least he's still himself to a certain degree, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I liked about Pat, that he was himself. He wasn't afraid to kind of like speak his mind. I'm a fan of that. It's kind of what this is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to speak your mind and say your piece. Like, yeah, dude, there's nobody in the media that believes in Tua more than I do. Nobody. But I'm the first guy to tell you, bro, you got to stop being a knucklehead. Stop holding on to the ball. Stop thinking you're a football player and you could take on tacklers. No, bro, that's not your game. Just pass the ball. You're awesome at that. That's it. Do that. You'll live forever. You'll live forever. We got to be honest, man. Anyway. Let's see. Pat's run defense is horrible. Don't get too excited. I'm not going to get too excited, but I've seen it against the Bills. I've seen it against Green Bay. I've seen them run at times and have success against many other teams for moments, piecemeal, but extended time, I never see it. So any success for them, first of all, should be noteworthy. I am going to give them love for running the ball, and I'm going to defend those guys. Now, if you dedicate like Shula did, and you keep getting 3 yards a carry, then I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? But when you average 7 or 9 yards a carry against the Bills or the Packers, and you don't stay with it, yeah, you're going to piss me off. So, let me see if you can do it again this week. And let me see if you try to do it at least. Show me commitment to it. That's what I want. What a great show. Glad you're on. Thank you, Jack. Very nice of you. Very nice, very nice. When Mike McDaniel does not look stoned out of his face, they seem to stick to the run. I don't know how you can tell. Jimbo says 59 here and into crypto. Jimbo, you and I are rare birds, bro. Rare birds. People like us, they're afraid of Bitcoin and crypto, bro. Terrified, and they don't do their homework. So that's why they're misinformed. And then they end up like that. And then they, well, yeah, Bitcoin thing. Oh, really? So you didn't get in when it was 17? 25? 35? 45? I mean, it's at 67 right now, 68. When are you going to believe? When it's over 100K? Hey, fine. Now you believe? Okay, now it's too late. Sorry, you didn't have foresight. You didn't have vision. You didn't take the time to do your homework. That's kind of the way, I look at it. When somebody tells me, it's like, oh, wait a minute, bro. So when are you going to wait? Michael Saylor gave a great example the other day. Bitcoin's like algae. Did you ever think about that? Okay, so you got a home, whatever. Maybe you've been in a home, in a ranch, neighborhood, whatever, and there's a pond. You don't really pay attention much to the pond. It's a little bit of algae on it. Just a little spot. But you come back a couple months later, and the entire pond is full of algae. And now all of a sudden you notice it. So now's when you're like, oh, God, maybe I should clean this pond here. It's got a lot of algae here. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like Bitcoin. So when are you going to wait? Till everybody has it already? Till everybody's already using it? Till it's already at $150,000? Oh, yeah, no, that thing's real. Well, that's kind of the idea. You know, you hit on Amazon before it becomes Amazon. That's kind of the idea. The people that cashed in early on the internet, they figured out the internet. By the way, Bitcoin's being adopted faster than the internet. Just, a little fun fact if you do your homework. It's being adopted at a faster pace than the internet. You can't live without the internet. We can't do this show without the internet. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's a matter of doing your homework and really understanding what's going on in our world, what's happening, and how does this relate, and how is the rest of the world going to interact with all of this, like the internet, like credit cards. Go back to YouTube, go back to commercials of people or news and commentary, people laughing at credit cards, people laughing at cell phones, people laughing at the internet, people laughing at Bitcoin. First they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then they join you. The Wright brothers, there's no way. Those idiots, they're going to fly? They're going to fly. Right. We're going to go to the moon. Sure. It's all the same. It's been going on since the beginning of time. It's just a matter of having the foresight. And when I wanted to get out of radio, because I got myself out of radio, because I knew I had another year left of being stuck with those assholes, I made sure I got myself out of that contract because I couldn't quit, because then I'd be locked out of the contract. I had to get fired to get released from my contract because I had a 1 month non-compete. Once you fire me, I only have to wait a month to go get a job. You know what I mean? And so I got out. Why? Because the foresight was, this is the future. Radio's dying. Young people don't go to radio anymore. They go to podcasting. That's what they do. And so I said, well, we're going to do a live YouTube show that gets podcasted. Because that's what we are. We are a live YouTube show that is podcasted. We're not a podcast. We're really a live YouTube show that is podcasted, because we do it on the fly, live. It's not pre-produced and all that and dressed up, and we do the show and then in comes Sean to clean it all up and make it all sound perfect. And all. No, our mistakes are all made right here, right in front of you. I'm happy with that. I'm good, because I'm a human being. I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. You know who rarely makes any mistakes? Welton Rayom. They're like Richmond Webb type tackles. Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. 954-966-4646. And Daniel Rayom is a lot like so many people. He lives out on the West Coast. Yeah, he's got his plane and everything out on the West Coast. Remember when I went to go fly? So he's been dealing with a lot of the hurricane damage from both hurricanes. Okay, like a lot of people out there. And if you've been dealing with Helene or Milton and the damage and the wake of it, and insurance companies that may not be responding, call Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. Some of our listeners have called for bankruptcy issues. They've called for condo damage, business owner claims, even personal injury. Okay. And remember, if you have any damage to your home or business, they have their own adjusters. They will send their adjusters, do the work, and then they will go after the insurance company. You'll never have to deal with the insurance company. That's pretty awesome. Okay? 954-966-4646. Welt and Rayon. Cowboy. Yeah, Rhinestone Cowboy now. Getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. And calls coming over on the phone. Love it. Love it. Rest in peace, Mr. Campbell. I'm old, man. You know, what can I tell you? I can listen to Mr. Campbell and I can listen to Luther Campbell, and I don't have a really modern day Campbell, do I? Do I have a modern day Campbell? No, I don't. Mike Campbell from Tom Petty. He was with Fleetwood Mac also. Is there a modern day famous Campbell now? But anyway, any era, whatever it is. But I go, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Hip hop hooray. Oh, yeah, Naughty by Nature. There we go. I like it. McDaniel's way too stubborn and really looks unprofessional. Feel we are closer to breakup than the first playoff win. Mr. Spock, that is 100% accurate, bro. McDaniel has not shown us that he's gotten better as a coach. He has regressed. He has stayed in the same spot. He is still unorganized. And like the other gentleman said, you know, oh, they ran against the Patriots. They're terrible. Don't get too excited. There's a little truth to that too. So, yeah, it's not good right now. It's just not good right now. And he needs to show a lot for us to feel like we can get close to that first playoff win. He's been carried by Tua and the players. That's what we've realized. He's been carried by the front office. He has not done enough for the front office or the players because he hasn't won enough. He should have won more his first year, 1 or 2 more games. He should have won 1 or 2 more games last year, and he already should have won 1 or 2 more games, and we're only 5 games into the season. So the front office has done enough. You know, it's like Flo's last year. He lost all the tough games at the beginning and then won and had a winning streak against all the bad teams. So why couldn't you pull off one of those games against? You could have won 1 or 2 of those games. You didn't. Front office gave you enough there. You didn't get it done. And again, there's problems with the front office. I can't defend the coaching hires. As much as I like the front office right now, Flo was a bad hire, and I can't say that Mike McDaniel's a good hire. Outside of being a good person and instilling confidence, you know, when I'm watching the press conference the other day, well, if you look at it the way I look at it, well, bro, everything can't be spun with rainbows and unicorns. You know, I'm sorry. That isn't life, dude. That isn't life. It's like, you know, they tell you about, and I'll steal something that I'm going to talk about on the show, you know, but they tell you, oh, no, the economy's better. Yeah, sure it is. U.S. food prices in September rose by 0.4% over month, making it the largest increase since February of 23. 5 out of the 6 major grocery store food categories saw a surge in prices. Don't tell me what it is. I know what the reality is. I have more on it, but I'll talk about it later. But, you know, shit like that. Like, don't tell me what the economy... Dude, I know what the hell's going on. And it's worse. Screw you. And, you know, oh, well, you know, things aren't as bad as if you look at it the way I look. No, dude. I'm going to look at it the reality. The reality is you haven't proven that you can coach. You're a fantastic human being, but you can't coach. You can't coach. Sorry. And by the way, Dave Wanstead was a great human being. I'm sorry. Dave Wanstead is a great human being. What's that was shit? Is a great human being. Do you want him coaching your football team? You want him coaching your football team? No. Oh, Little League. Okay. I'm with you there. I'm good. Yeah, he should be good. Okay, guys, let's go. Kids, you're giving great effort here today. Let's run the ball and punt. So yeah, I'm good with Wanstead coaching my Little League. But I don't want him coaching my NFL team. And Wanstead is a beautiful human being. I told him personally to his face, personally, coach, I root for you. But I can't defend what's going on. I told him right to his face in the facility. He pulled me aside because it was good. I was usually the guy that asked the tough questions when I was at the press conferences. Any of them, Heat, Marlins, Dolphins, Panthers, it doesn't matter. I was the jerk. Okay, I had no problem being the jerk. Writers would turn to me and go, "Oh, are you going to ask about this?" Yeah, I'll ask about it. I was the lightning rod, always the lightning rod. I had no problem with that. Anybody will tell you, if they're honest, they'll tell you that when Orlando was in the press conferences, those questions probably came from O. I had no problem asking. So it's just it's a mess. It's a mess, but he's got to prove it, man. He's got to prove it. And there's a difference between what a person is and what they can do as a job. And Wanstead and Mike McDaniel are two of the best people that they've ever hired in the history of the Miami Dolphins. Great human beings. You can tell they're salt of the earth. They really care. They really care. Actually, they really are good human beings. But unfortunately, it takes more than that. And on game day, you've got to be a difference maker. And unfortunately, Mike McDaniel or Dave Wanstead at the NFL level did not prove enough that they were difference makers. And, Dave Wanstead was handed a beautiful defense, handed a ready-made defense for a championship. And he could not figure out the offense, could not figure out the quarterback. Jay was serviceable, but he wasn't, fair. And he tried with the power running game. He tried to get that great running game to support the, average to below average quarterback. I get it, but it just did not work. And the conservative approach also burned him. So as much as we love some people, we also have to be honest about what Daniel is a guy that is just not good enough as a head coach. All right, Sean, let's go to birthdays today. We start off with John Mayer. And I got to tell you, years ago, I learned this about John Mayer that I did not know. Because, his music, Daughters, and all that other stuff, isn't that something that I'm... But then he, started showing his actual skills with the guitar. And I was blown away. Dude's a hell of a guitarist. Born in this state in 1977. Wendy Wilson from the Wilson Phillips daughters, Brian Wilson's daughter, and the Wilson Phillips group. 69, born on this date. Simon Bartholomew from the English group, the Brand New Heavies. I love the Brand New Heavies. Oh, man, Brothers and Sisters, what a great song that is. Trying to think of some of the other songs that I like from the Brand New Heavies, man. They can jam, dude. Nice job. Simon, 1965. Michael Balzari, bassist, vocalist for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea, that is. 1962. Gary Kemp from Spandau Ballet. This much is true. He was born in 1959. Let's see who else. Cordell Monson, bassist for Parliament Funkadelic. Sadly, no longer with us. We lost him in 2013. He was born in this date in 1952. Bob Weir, the great Bob Weir, musician and songwriter for the Grateful Dead, born in 1947 on this date. Let's see. Roger Hawkins, best known for playing a studio musician at the Muscle Shoals Rhythm section. And let me tell you something. His drumming can be heard on Percy Sledge, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, Dwayne Allman, Paul Simon, Traffic, Albert King, Boz Scaggs, Bob Seger, Rod Stewart, Eric Clapton, Willie Nelson. He passed away at the age of 75 in 2021. Happy birthday to Roger Hawkins up in heaven. But more importantly, okay, I want you to see if you're a music fan, there's a documentary called Muscle Shoals. And the band, the rhythm section that was there that created music for a lot of musicians, you need to see the history of that place. You need to see that documentary. That thing is awesome. 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 Okay. All right, that is musicians born on this date. Let's go with other famous folk celebrating birthdays today. Ruby Rose Turner, TV actress. She is 19. Also celebrating birthday. Bryce Harper, baseball player, is 32. Man. Naomi Osaka, tennis player, 27 years old. Manute Bol was born on this date in 1962. We lost him in 2010. Sue Bird, 44 years old today. Happy birthday to Sue Bird. Let's see. Angela Lansbury, born in this state in 25. We lost her in 22. Suzanne Summers, born in this state in 43. Oscar Wilde, novelist, born in 1854. We lost him in 1900. And those are the birthdays today. Sean, do we have wrestlers celebrating today?
We do. Xia Brookside, she's 26. Justin Credible is 51. Lenny Lane, he turns 54. And the great Kenny Omega, he turns 41 today. Those are your birthdays for October 16th, 2024.
Omega. Wasn't that those crazy Cubans that formed some militia? They wanted to go after Castro years ago. Or Omega is what wasn't it Omega and Alpha, the two rides at Space Mountain, 2 lanes, Omega or Alpha? I think it was. Yeah, Alpha and Omega. As kids, we had that stupid ass argument. No, Omega's faster. No, Alpha's faster. It's the same 2 lanes, morons. Anyway, let's go with music history. What happened today on October 16th? In 1966, Grace Slick performed as a member of Jefferson Airplane for the first time in San Francisco's Fillmore West. On this day, Creedence Clearwater Revival announced that they were splitting up. They released a statement which read, "We don't regard this as a breaking up. We look at it as an expansion of our activities. We will devote our time to individual rather than group projects." Worked out for one guy. In 82, Hall & Oates released their hit album H2O, which featured songs like Maneater, One on One, I Wanna Play That Game Tonight, and Family Man. In 96, the episode of MTV Unplugged with Oasis premiered, but singer Liam Gallagher didn't perform due to a sore throat and instead drank beer during the show, heckling his brother Noel between songs. "Oh, you bastard. I'm drinking some brew and you're not." In 2003, Courtney Love appeared in court in an effort to regain. You know what? I don't like reading anything of her. In 2006, legendary New York punk club CBGB closed. The venue, which first opened in 73, is credited with helping launch punk music after discovering the likes of the Ramones and Patti Smith. That's what happened today in music history. All right. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe YouTube is erasing my question or I'm being reported to them. I don't know. My question is not out of line, not cussing, nothing outrageous. What question is it? Is there a question earlier? Yeah, but that's just new there. That just came in. Yeah, dude, because Ragin just put Muscle Shoals. They got the Swampers, and they've been known to pick a song or two. So that came right after Oscar Ross. This is new. Angela Lansbury. I just mentioned Angela Lansbury. Was voice of Teacup in Beauty and the Beast. Why I know the weirdest fun facts is beyond me, says Karun. Historia de la música. So I don't know, Oscar. I can't help you. I don't know. How about this? Send me the question at bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. I should do that, right? I should add the email so you guys can send questions there if you want. So send your out of line question for YouTube, Oscar. You stinking violator, you. Put him in jail. Damn violator at Oscar Rojas. Jesus. Oscar. Damn it, bro. What's wrong with you? All right. Anything else going on? I don't know. I think I'm pretty much out, to be honest. I don't think I got anything more. We will be back later. Late afternoon, early evening. I haven't decided yet. I put 7:30, but it'll be a little earlier than that. We'll be doing the Crypto Bro Show, and I got a bunch of stuff that I want to talk about. Hopefully, we'll go to 68 or 69,000 while I'm doing the show. It's at 67,932, so it's just farting around the 8 area now. It's beautiful, dude. You watch that whole week, and it's just a nice. We're this is it. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for, man. By the way, not a financial advisor, but Dow Polis, the Star Atlas token Polis, which is the governance token, which is the main one you want to own the most. Well, that one is under 15 cents. It's at 14.62 right now. It's down. It was at 20 cents just a week ago. So you're gaining 25%. And this thing was at $5. Again, I'm just saying the market cap is so little. It's like 50, 60 million. It can be X'd so many times. Just go look at the game. Atlas is the you own some of that, that's going to grow. And then the Polis is its token. You want to own that too, a ton of that. At least I do. Not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying. Not that I, know anything, but I've been telling you about Atlas for a while. So there you go. I was hoping for better news on when. Who knows? Whenever he comes back, he just look at it as a blessing, and that's it. The poor young man has had one setback after another. There are just some people that their bodies just don't respond to football at times, and maybe Wynn's one of those kind of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Miami Dolphins safety Javon Holland caught passes at practice on Wednesday, despite the glove on the left hand. Devon A-Chain concussion protocol was seen practicing. Emmanuel Ogba was seen.
Okay.
I think that's about it that I see right now.
All right. Catching passes and everything, huh? All right. Not bad. Peter German, thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App, or Venmo. I'm trying to see if you wrote anything here. And I don't know why it is not coming through. Here we go. McDaniel's holding back the talent on this team. We have issues, but his stubborn nature and lack of holding players accountable is why we fail. You're making sense, Peter. Go smoke it if you want later, but you're making sense. Yes, sir. No, it wasn't Oscar Rojas. That was Peter German.
I was going to say, well, Oscar, that's because you're using too big of words.
Oh.
That's why YouTube's blocking you.
All right. So thank you, Peter. Appreciate you. As always. Let me check the email. Let me see if Oscar Rojas sent an email with his, out of line question. No, I don't see it here. I guess Yahoo doesn't want your emails sent here either. What do you mean nothing's going through? I'm seeing George talk about Gesicki.
No. What I'm saying though is Oscar usually is on the chat
all the
quite
time?
a bit. Today
All
he's
the time?
got 4 chats. That's it.
I don't know.
I just went through and looked at them all. At least the ones I see are only he's got 4. So
okay,
I
don't know what's going on, Oscar. We have no idea. That shit. Remember Dougie Fresh thought we blocked him, and there was like he did. It was accidentally. Oh, okay. But there was somebody also that thought we blocked him, but we didn't block him, and then it was just I don't know what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying?
You might have got put in YouTube jail.
I don't know. Hey, look what Elon does to you on Twitter. You can't find me on Twitter. It's hard to you got to specifically for searching. Since I don't pay for the check mark, I guess I'm discarded. Wow. I am so into you. Oh, man, a little ARS. They are jamming. I love it. A little Atlanta rhythm section. Spooky's my favorite song from ARS. Let's see, what else do we have here? Brett says, well done, Karun, but Big O is the master of knowing useless information. I don't know about a master, but I do have lots of useless information in my head. One-Eyed Jack says, I was hoping for better news on Wynn. Yeah, that sucks. He's Georgia Pawnee, Gesicki, awesome stats last game. 0 catches, gave up how many sacks? Gesicki, zeros, crush. They didn't use him in the last game? Okay. He's played well for them so far. They use him at least. Our guy doesn't even know how to use a damn tight end. Rojas says, I'll send it to you later. No big deal. Okay, sir. Not much is the check mark. How much is the check mark? It's how much is it you pay for it, right? So $11 a month? Okay. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing the check mark thing. Whatever, man. What can I do? I'm not going to do it. And plus, that Twitter, that X thing has been. I've had to I sit there and have to clean out my feed. I have before he took over. I never knew I had to find out so many facts about Hitler. All of a sudden, the guy buys it, and all of a sudden, I'm just getting fun facts about Hitler, and I'm like, bro, what do I want to know about this? Why is this coming up on my timeline? It's not part of my searches. And so you have to start muting all these wild. Since he took over, the feed is crazy, dude. And I spend my time muting so much garbage that's being thrown out. And it's ever since he took over. So I'm not going to feed you money for this. So I refuse to, go by whatever he wants. Oh, and I can write more and all that. I'll screw that, bro. I'll put what I can put and post it. And if you find it, what can I do? I'm on YouTube. You find it, you don't. What can I do? But yeah, I'm not doing it. What do you got, bro?
To add to what I had mentioned earlier, Jordan Poyer returned to drills today.
Okay.
Teron Armstead, Calais Campbell Ward, not seen, but could be to vet rest. I'm just going off what they're writing.
It's Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't need to play. They don't need to practice.
There you go. Nothing else different.
Okay. All right. I like it. Orlando with the great tasting classic music. We got an ARS reference. Damn right. Spooky. I love it. Spooky little girl like you. Bam, bam, bam. I love Spooky. Champagne Jam. I mean, they've got so many good songs. They're like an underrated band. Most people, they're not ARS people. They'll know Imaginary Lover, because everybody knows that song, Let's see. Maybe I'll donate to the cause. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, sir. And now they follow it up with Eddie Grant. They're rocking on to Electric Avenue. I got to tell you, there's no place to hang out to washing. It can't get all of the sun. It sucks. All right, folks, we're out of here. We thank Kirby Lopez and, of course, the great people here at Toyota of Hollywood, which we are here the second Wednesday of every month. This time was a different thing because of the storm, and Herbie was beautiful and accommodating us. Almost as beautiful as this Prius that's here, I got to say. These new Priuses are sweet, bro. If I didn't want a SUV as my next vehicle, the Prius would be something I could consider. This sporty Prius is sweet, dude. Sweet. Man. Sunroof and everything. But anyway, whatever it is, the RAV4, the Corolla, the Camry, they've got it all for you. The Crown is a beautiful vehicle too. Check it out. Come on out here to Toyota of Hollywood and tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you. They are fantastic people. Tell Herbie Lopez that Big O sent you. They've got a great, and by the way, this is my favorite design or setup, what they've done. Theme, exactly. Thank you. This has been the Halloween theme. They've got a big ass bat made out of balloons. I got to tell you something. That is super impressive. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna take a little video of it and post it on Instagram at Big O Radio Show. Some of you are watching us right now on Instagram, and thank you all out there on Instagram for following us and for supporting us. Were there any questions, by the way? Because I once, if I don't run it, I never see the questions or anything. Okay, good. All right. But I appreciate those of you on Instagram that watch. Please hit the like button whenever you're watching the show, whenever you're listening to it on any of the podcasts. Share it out there. That always helps us grow. We will see you tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be at Hialeah Park. And yes, I'm gonna put on my my Culture Club shirt that Dougie Fresh gave me years ago. It must have been like 5 years ago that you gave me that shirt, and it was right at the beginning of this show that we started. And I told you, when I lose weight, I'm going to wear it, and I have lost the weight to wear it. So tomorrow, I'm wearing a Culture Club shirt. Finally, I'm going to break it in for the first time. Never worn it. So there you go. All right. On behalf of the great Sean Stanley, Thank you to Herbie Lopez, all the great people out there. Pat Nasto, I know he's up there somewhere. He's suffering with us because he's an enormous Dolphins fan. So appreciate him. We'll see you all out there. Please smash the hell out of the like button. See you tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the